You think you're in control of your life? But let me tell you the truth. Your emotions are running the show. Every angry outburst, every anxious spiral, every moment of jealousy, fear, or frustration, you think you're feeling them, but they're actually controlling you, pulling your strings like a puppet master. 2,000 years ago, a former slave named Epictetus discovered the secret to breaking free from this emotional prison. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how he did it. But be warned. What you're about to learn will challenge everything you believe about your feelings. Subscribe to this channel and comment the emotion that controls you most. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Prisoner. His name was Marcus, 31 years old. Software engineer at a growing startup. Good salary. Nice apartment. From the outside, he had everything together. But inside, Marcus was a volcano waiting to erupt. Monday morning, his manager sends an email criticizing his code. Marcus spends the entire day furious. Can't focus, keeps replaying the email in his head. Writes angry responses he never sends. Goes home and snaps at his wife for no reason. Tuesday, a driver cuts him off in traffic. Marcus honks, screams, follows the car for 2 blocks. His heart pounds for an hour afterward. He arrives at work still shaking with rage over something that lasted 3 seconds. Wednesday, his wife mentions her coworker helped her with a project. Marcus feels jealousy burn through his chest. He says nothing but acts cold all evening. She asks, "What's wrong?" "Nothing. Everything's fine." But nothing was fine. Thursday, his startup announces potential layoffs. Marcus can't sleep, lies awake imagining worst-case scenarios. Losing his job, losing the apartment, his wife leaving him. None of it has happened. But he suffers as if it already did. By Friday, Marcus was exhausted. Not from work, from himself. His emotions had drained every ounce of energy he had. And the worst part was, he knew it. He knew he was overreacting. He knew these feelings were destroying him, but he couldn't stop. His wife finally said something that broke him. "Marcus, I feel like I'm living with a stranger. You're here, but you're not here. You're always somewhere else, fighting battles in your head that don't exist." She was right. Marcus was fighting a war against shadows, losing badly. Chapter 2. The Slave Who Became Free. That weekend, Marcus visited his father, an old man who had survived things Marcus couldn't imagine. War, poverty, loss. Yet somehow his father remained calm through everything. "Dad, how do you stay so peaceful? How do you not let things get to you?" His father smiled, handed him an old book, pages yellow with age. The title read Discourses by Epictetus. "This man was born a slave," his father said, "owned by another human being. Beaten so badly his leg was permanently crippled. He had every reason to be angry at the world. But instead, he found freedom, real freedom." In his mind, Marcus read the first page. The words hit him like thunder. Some things are within our control, and some things are not. Within our control are our opinions, desires, and reactions. Outside our control are our bodies, reputations, and what others do. When we forget this distinction, we suffer. Marcus read the passage 5 times. Suddenly his entire week made sense. The angry email, the traffic, the jealousy, the layoff fears. None of these things were in his control, but his reactions to them were. And he had handed his reactions over to external events like a slave handing his chains to a master. Epictetus taught that we are not disturbed by events themselves, but by our judgments about those events. The email didn't make Marcus angry. His interpretation of the email did. The driver didn't ruin his morning. His reaction to the driver did. This was the secret. The emotion wasn't the problem. The belief beneath the emotion was. Chapter 3. The Practice. Marcus started small. The next time something triggered him, he paused. Asked one question. Is this within my control or outside my control? A client complained about his work. Outside my control? What's within my control? My response? He responded professionally. Moved on. No spiral. His wife came home late without texting. Old Marcus would have created stories. She's hiding something. She doesn't respect me. New Marcus paused. Her actions are outside my control. My interpretation is within my control. He chose to assume nothing, asked calmly when she arrived. She apologized. Traffic was terrible. That was it. Week 2. Layoffs were announced. 3 people from his team. Marcus was safe. But instead of relief, he felt anxious for weeks before the announcement. He realized something profound. I had suffered for 14 days over something that never happened to him. 14 days stolen by his own imagination. Epictetus wrote that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Marcus finally understood. His mind was creating prisons that didn't exist, and he had been living in them voluntarily. Chapter 4. The Free Man. 3 months later, Marcus was unrecognizable, not because life got easier, but because he changed. Same job, same wife, same world, different man inside. His coworker asked him the question that proved the transformation. "Man, nothing bothers you anymore?" "What happened?" Marcus smiled. "I stopped letting things outside my control dictate what happens inside my control. I am not my emotions. I am the one who chooses which emotions to follow." This is what Epictetus meant by freedom. It's not the absence of problems, but the presence of choice. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. So here's my question for you. What emotion has been controlling your life? What external event have you given power over your internal peace? The chains are imaginary. The prison is optional. Epictetus proved that 2,000 years ago. Now it's your turn. Comment below the emotion you're ready to master. Subscribe for more content that transforms. So remember, you were never meant to be a slave to your feelings.